Did you miss me? Did anybody? Come on, you guys didn't even notice I was gone, did you? You didn't even notice! Tell me, at least lie to me. Pretend, be like, Rudy, I missed you so much. I noticed the difference. Like, lie to me. Come on, be honest. Like, welcome, everybody. Welcome. Welcome back. Hope y'all are having a beautiful day. Back scratcher. My name is Rudy. You're watching, Where has Rudy been? Where in Florida is Rudy San Diego? So, it's been a long week, everybody. Where are we at? Welcome to Final Fantasy release day. We survived. It was fun. This is my happy fun face. Well, I'm going to give you all what I see going on in the market. Some positives and negatives in Magic and Pokemon. I'm going to give you all what I think you should be doing right now. And I'm going to tell you what's coming up, what I think will happen in the next 30, 60 days. So first, let's start with the obvious. What is happening? Today is official Friday. At least when you watch this video, it should be Friday. Officially is it Friday the 13th? Really? I think it's Friday the 13th. Booga, 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 booga. So, this is the big day where everybody can list their stuff on eBay and TCG Player. You don't have to be a WPN store. So this is the moment we should see very large price swings. The collector boxes, as of the filming of this video, are around $820 to $850. I expect prices of this thing to start swinging like an absolute madman college, high school Rudy when he used to get fancy haircuts and things. This is the number one thing, if you are big into the card world, into collecting and investing long term, this is Rudy's number one I will give you financial advice, and that is, in the future, 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 years, this will probably, most likely, be more expensive than it is today. I expect prices to swing as idiotic Timmy employees start listing their employers' Final Fantasy collector boxes. Why? Because everyone is going to be needing the capital and money to pay their bills. You have a very small window of opportunity, and this is it, folks. From now, over the next 7 to 14 days, if we're lucky, it lasts that long, you will see these collector boxes jump and tank. These things get popped to 900, but I think they're probably going to go back down to 800, maybe 750, maybe if you're lucky and you're at the right time. Every time you refresh TCG Player over the next, every 30 minutes, the price of this thing's going to change. This is your one opportunity. If you want my honest opinion, I don't have any for sale. I am already done. Do not ask me for Final Fantasy collectors. You will never see another Rudy sale on that item again. Thanks for playing. It's over with. My advice to you all out there, if you miss buying from Evil Rudy, if you want more boxes, watch TCG Player on eBay. If you see idiotic stores list their boxes for $650, $680, $700, $720, $740, $750, anything below $800 a box, that is a long-term great cost basis in buying entry point for these boxes. Final Fantasy collectors will be over $1,000 a box. And I will even take it a step further to make all of the game piece army upset. I firmly believe within 24 months we will see $1,500 to $2,000 Final Fantasy collectors. And if I'm wrong, put it on your phone, come back like, Rudy, you were wrong. You said $1,500 to $2,000 a box within 2 years. Well, it's 2 years in 1 day. It's $1,499. You son of a biscuit sticks and Taco Bell with a squished soggy taco. And that may be, but I believe we are talking about statistics and odds. The best probable outcome is collector boxes heading to $1,500 on the low side, $2,000 most likely, and if we get some bizarre situation, over $2,000 a box within the next 24 months from the filming of this video. So again, 2 years in the card world is a long time, folks. Right now, everybody's focused every 30 minutes, the price. So again, refresh. If you have the capital, don't borrow. Don't go into debt. Don't be a stupid moron. If you have the capital and your situation is stable, you have the ability to store things safely, and you're able to diversify for long term on collectibles and investments and standard things, and you have your life in a situation where you're ready to do this, this is the blue chip item of CCG magic. So, what does that mean also? Play boxes. Yes, folks, the word's on the street. Final Fantasy play boxes. You guys are going to be super happy. Where's my MSR penis gang? So MSR penis gang, congratulations. MSRP Final Fantasy play boxes are over $200 a box. Actually, about $215 with tax, and if you actually add tax and TCG play, they're over $200. But my opinion, I still think over $200 is. I understand MSRP gang is super happy, but you got to remember half those people are Temu Timmies. I think 200 plus for the Final Fantasy play is still too high. The issue is we don't have a restock of Final Fantasy play. That's what this palette is right here. These are play boxes, and I'm warning you all, we don't have a restock. I can't get any more. It's going to be a while. I'm hoping the rumors of the internet talking about the end of the year, or 3 months, 2.5 months, 4 months to a Final Fantasy play restock. I hope that information is wrong. I am afraid that information will come true, but I am hoping it's wrong. Because if that information that's circulating on the internet, I don't know where it came from, but a lot of stores and a lot of you guys and a lot of patrons are saying, Rudy, the word on the street, clearly it's coming from somewhere. Somebody is saying that I guess has information. Final Fantasy play boxes, the reprint restock isn't coming till like almost Q3 or Q4 of this year. Because of course, Bloomborough, Foundations, Tarkir, Edge of Eternity, all these things are in front of it on the printer queue. I hope that is wrong. If that information is right, yes, I'm sorry, MSRP gang, we were going to pass MSRP on play boxes, and those things could go. And you ready for this? Final Fantasy play boxes, the basic play box, could head to $250 a box. No, I don't have any for sale for $250 a box. Actually, I still have some Final Fantasy play cases, right? I have some Final Fantasy play cases, and yes, as you all know, patrons, I still charge the $160 shipped. It's still $9.99. That's shipped to your door. There's no extra hidden shipping and fees. I pay your PayPal fees and everything. I still have some leftovers, but you guys have been blowing me up privately and buying more. I'm hoping to be able to still have some for at least a few more days, but that's that. So that's the risk. Right now, if we don't get more Playbox reprint restock, they're going to go to $250. I hope we do, and I hope the price stays below $200 for a Playbox, because that's just insane. It needs to be, like I said, I think 180, 190 max. I mean, again, you don't have to be Rudy patron price. You don't have to be anything like that. You know, I know you don't like money. Even if you buy on TCG Player, just when it starts heading to 220, 250 for a play box, it just seems, it just feels too high. Even to scumbag Rudy standards, it's too high. So that's what we're going through right now. Now, let's go into the next couple things. By the time you watch this video, I don't know. You guys give me a price check below on Final Fantasy collector boxes. Are they $700? $650? Is it tanking? Or are you watching this and let me guess. The sell-through rate is off the chart because everybody's waiting for the dip. And everyone's going to buy the shit out of these things. And it's probably going to go back to $800 plus a box. I feel like that's what's good. Because everybody who wants these things weren't able to get a bunch of them. And everybody wants more of them. Yet the internet thinks everybody's broke and angry and you should boycott it. But then everyone says, yeah, let's do that. Can I get more? So you have the quiet people saying, I'm going to buy more. Then, of course, you got the narrative on the internet saying, oh, it's a rip-off scam. We should all boycott. So you have that typical tug-of-war going on. So I would pay attention. This is your opportunity. Collector boxes. This is it, folks. Because when we go 30 days, we go 3 months, we go 6 months, we go a year, forget it. You missed it. It's going to be Lord of the Rings Holiday 2.0. It's going to be Lord of the Rings regular. What fuck? Fallout collector boxes are $1,000. Lord of the Ring green boxes are $1,000. Lord of the Ring holiday boxes are $2,000. Like, and everyone's going, oh God, $750 or $850, whatever it is today. Oh, this is absurd. Of course it's absurd. Of course it's expensive. That's the point. The market has established that it's worth it. I didn't set the price. You didn't set the price. Wizards, MSRP gang said what? $500 is supposed to be the price, right? Well, the market says it's worth that. That's what's going on. Now, moving on from the Final Fantasy, I'm glad it's over with. It was a very big trifecta blitz. We haven't covered the Pokemon stuff. I haven't covered the massive success of the Flesh and Blood High Seas. And of course, Flesh and Blood's dealing with the pushback now of expensive cards. And all the Game Piece Army people with Flesh and Blood are furious because now things aren't cheap anymore. You've got all kinds of cool, crazy shit happening. And of course, who's going to bend the knee first? Is Magic going to print Final Fantasy II Oblivion and collapse the price? Is Flesh and Blood going to be like, yikes, I think we overdid it on the collectors and making cards have value? Are they going to bend the knee and reprint the shit and bring the prices down to make the internet social mob happy? Is Pokemon going to continue to reprint and restock every few weeks? All right. So, first, let's jump to Pokemon. For those of you who've been waiting on the video here, I'm sorry I've been gone a little bit. I will return to normal videos probably going into next week. We're launching Season 2 of the YouTube short videos of PCG. We've just been absolutely fucking slammed busy at PCG, and I have not been able to get over there as much to help out because of the insane, we've had almost 5,000 shipping labels. We have literally 3 trucks loading truckloads every day this week, moving the Final Fantasy, finishing the High Seas, getting everything just, this is the most volume of mail we've ever really gone through, so it's been extremely difficult. And I apologize you guys haven't had a bunch of fun content and had Rudy's opinion, but I'm back. That's why we're going through this video today. It's a little longer video. So, Pokemon. Let's talk about it, okay? Those of you who just want Pokemon information, I'm going to give you guys some hot, nasty takes here. So, I've been wanting to start going back to running Pokemon sales. The only thing I've sold in the last 30, 45 days is Destined Rivals. Before that, to the patrons, I ran a, what did I sell? Oh, SVO2, Mr. P. I sold cases of Paldea for $249 a box. I think they're, $300 a box now? Congrats to the patrons. You guys got $3, $4 off market price, and it kept going up. That's awesome. But we are, I know, hot take. So, I should make another Pokemon video and show it. We'll show it in a different video. We'll do it next week. So, I may have did a deal, kind of a dirty deal with a distributor, and I ended up with a substantial portion of the reprint of a Prismatic Evolutions item. Now here's the problem. I had to pay double MSRP. So I'm sorry, MSRP gang, I got slapped across the left testicle. They chopped my ear off, grilled it, and mailed it to my right nut. So I'm talking about the Pokemon Prismatic Evolutions Eevee, the pouch bundle accessory kit. I don't know, MSRP is going to be 20 bucks on that thing. I paid $45 a piece. And because I was so stressed out dealing with Final Fantasy, when I was going with that phone call and emails, I didn't pay attention. And in classic Rudy attitude, I just said, you know what? Whatever you got, just send it all. I'll pay it. Just don't hose me, bro. Do the right thing. So I paid $45 an Eevee accessory pouch bundle. So just to understand this, at release, I got maybe a pallet of these things. A pallet of Eevee Prismatic Evolution bundles. I don't have it at this location. I'm sorry, folks. I should have filmed a different spot to show you. 12, 20, I think it's 48 cases to a pallet. Each case has 6. So it's like 250 to 300 Eevee Prismatic Evolution pouches. Now I misunderstood the quantity. In literally the last few hours, I've been undoing and I end up with fucking 6 pallets of this stupid thing. Bulky as shit. Honestly, I don't like the product. And I had to pay $45 a piece. And at the time, on the phone doing it, I thought MSRP was like $35. And I thought, oh, well, if MSRP is $35, maybe they're selling for like $70 on TCG Player. Nope. They're $50 on TCG Player, and I just paid $45. I just paid 95 cents on the dollar of full market price. And here's the kicker. I can't even sell them without taking a major 10-20% loss. And if I raise the price, patrons will just get mad at me and tell me to fuck off, close accounts. I'll get pushback from that side of the business. So because I paid such a high price, the market price came down. And now I have fucking 6 pallets of like almost 2,000 of these stupid things. And I can't sell them because no one's going to buy them. I'd have to literally sell them for like $55 a piece to literally break even after shipping, fees, PayPal, and everything, and maybe make $1 an item. So, it's been a while since I felt that feeling. It reminds me of a few years ago. And then I also noticed even Prismatic Evolutions, the ETB cases. I paid $100 to $105 in ETB. Just noticed on TCG Player, they're down to 95. I'm upside down on my Prismatic Evolutions ETB cases also. So I can't even sell the restock I got on that. So for the first time in many years, I'm starting to get all these items and finally getting real quantities to actually sell them to patrons and do things with them. And the market is reversing 20, 30, 40% off the highs. And my cost base is so high, I can't do anything with the product. I'm doomed if I'm kind of effed if I do, and doomed if I don't, right? So, I'm going to say it. It feels like Pokemon may be at a short-term top here. I am not seeing momentum on Prismatic, Surging, Journey, Destined. Not saying they're going to crash. But we are definitely at a short-term top here. The market is calibrating. For the first time in a long time, I am seeing Pokemon prices on these sealed products. They're stalling out. And the weird part about it, and the interesting part about it is, if they retrace or if they don't go up anymore, all these things we're buying at inflated prices, all this LGSs, the evil scumbag Rudies, we can't sell them and even break even anymore. So now we start having an interesting situation where people who need the cash flow are going to have to start liquidating at losses and being more selective on their purchasing. Now, obviously I did this for a couple things. Number one, I thought I was buying a lot less. I misunderstood how many units I was buying, not how many pallets and cases I was buying. So I wasn't paying attention because I was too wound up with this shit. So I miscalculated, didn't understand that I was deploying over $100,000 on EV purses and pouches. And number two, the market went from 70 a piece to 50, and I paid almost 50. So if this thing retraces to 30, 40, I'm immediately down negative 50, 75 grand, and we're going to have to launch Rudy's Pokemon Bathroom 2.0. That is a very real possibility. For the first time in many years, there is a chance here, ladies and gentlemen, that we start to revert back to our old ways. Now, part of me is a little excited about that, because once we get items going back to MSRP gang, you can't flood Costco, Target, and Walmart, buy everything, and flip it on TCG Player for 3 extra money. And when that arbitrage goes away, the panic and the people going to all the retailers go away. When that goes away, the product stops getting wiped out on shelves. When that goes away, MJ Holdings, Excel Marketing, and these guys, they stop restocking the shelves as much. When that happens, distribution starts to backlog. When that happens, MJ and Excel don't do as big of restocks. Then the pallets get rerouted to other distributors. Other distributors contact Rudy the Liquidator, also known as Florida Alligator Man with an American flag, and the show goes on. So we could be in the early stages. I don't think we're there, but for the first time, there's a shift. Not calling it, but I feel there is a shift. I'm not saying this is the top, but we are feeling there is, at least right now, the way these tops and bottoms works in markets is a short-term top happens when the market stalls out. Supply keeps hitting the market, and it's hitting the market at a rate that the buyers aren't able to absorb, and stores right now need money. So, like I told everybody, I warned everyone, we are going to have the Destined Rivals, Flesh and Blood High Seas, and Magic Final Fantasy all within a couple weeks. When this happens, the impact in bills and money due for all these stores is going to be so massive. We are going to have this short-term moment to have opportunity to move in, and you guys can have huge opportunity online to buy items and make purchases, and the window of opportunity is going to be very low. I told you already, those Final Fantasy collectors, this is your window of opportunity. If you get dumbass stores in the 600s, even 700s, even 750, 780, even 799, make fun of me all you want, you should probably be buying that if you want a position for long term. Well, Rudy, the cards, stop, nobody cares. Well, Rudy, have you seen the box opening? Yeah, I have. Well, Rudy, if you open them, like, it's chocobo or bust. That's great. That's great. Which point? Your stepsister comes over, it's chocobo or bust. Same thing with me. It doesn't mean anything. As the product ages and no more comes to market, seals and singles are going to continue to diverge. Yes, single cards in Final Fantasy. Yes, single cards in Destined Rivals. Yes, single cards in Prismatic. They're all going to drop. They're going to continue to drop. That means the market's normal and healthy. Don't give a shit. But what I'm telling you all right now is if I'm experiencing this with some of the Pokemon product, other people are also. Now, unlike the other stores, I don't have capital constraints or restrictions or storage space or restrictions. I don't have the restrictions that force my hand to make moves I don't want to do. That's the biggest difference. Now, what I do have is a lot of experience in this industry, so I can tell when things feel a little different. And I got my Destined Rivals booster box restock. 9 cases. 9 cases of booster boxes. A case or two. It's absurd. Like fucking, it was like one row on a pallet. It was dumb. So that's the Pokemon situation. Last but not least, I'm going to come on the Flesh and Blood thing. We got to make a whole other video on the Flesh and Blood thing. But just to give you a short summary, people in the world of Flesh and Blood who've been players and game piece army lovers have been used to things a certain way for many years now. And the Flesh and Blood game is really pulling the cord back to collector type, collectability, investability type mindset. And we're seeing a very large tug-of-war in Flesh and Blood because of the price of the game pieces, the playable cards, the rainbow foil fable that's not available in cold foil. And rumor is it's an accident, but rumor is they're playing it off. Rumor is nobody really knows what really happened. So you're seeing an interesting tug-of-war there. So that's a whole other video coming up here. I still want to do a high seas box opening, just like we're going to get to it. I need a few more days. I told you guys that this was going to be a very, very peak moment here. So that's what's going on with the market right now. That's my advice on what you should be doing. Small window of opportunity. You should be buying collectors, play boxes. We don't know. Right now, I said, Rudy patrons, you guys still want something? I've got some cases of Final Fantasy play. It's still $9.99 shipped to your door. That's including me paying the shipping and me paying your PayPal fees. Always use a cashback credit card to get an extra couple % off the Rudy pricing. And as far as the internet, with the $190, $200, $210, $220 play box, I'm very skeptical of that because I don't know if these rumors are true. So be careful with that, everybody. Now, moving forward, we are going to continue to see prices drop on everything as all this inventory is sloshing around. We're going to see even everything from One Piece to Weiss, all the way to Star Wars. We're going to see sorcery box prices that have been, what happened to sorcery? Are they dead? No, they're one set a year. We've been over this stupid shit. You guys new here? Same thing. Magic, Pokemon, you're going to see a lot of random things get listed and undercutting each other. And you're going to be like, wow, Rudy, the prices are dropping. No, a lot of stores, everyone right now, I'm going to say everyone, 90% of stores right now are required and are requiring employees to list inventory like crazy because the demand and the bills that are happening for stores is off the charts. Stores do not have a choice right now. They need capital to pay the bills. Trust me on that. My bills, I find all distributors are paid, everything's done. My bills were in the millions in the last few weeks. I told you guys that's like 2.45 million or something was my bill just to process and handle everything. Just on that, I spent I think $30,000 or in shipping, $5,000 or something in like signature confirmation. I think I spent $9,000 in custom packaging boxes. I mean, you know, shit's just, it's crazy. These numbers are just mind-boggling. But, you know, there's a lot of money moving. And these are the moments that you all, if you miss certain items, you wanted to get destined rivals, but you didn't want to pay $260, $270, $280 in TSG player. You know, if they drop down to $220, $230, $240, $250, you get 10, 20% off. These are times you should probably be looking at it. Final Fantasy play boxes. Instead of $210, $220 shipped, if you can get them down. I mean, not even, you don't like Rudy, you don't like money. Welcome to Costco, I love you. Wendy's, pull forward. I'll give you a discount, give me a picture of your stepsister, and she has to hold a sign and say Rudy. But overall, if you can get these boxes, 160s, 170s, even 180s with tax and shipping, it's a lot better. But again, 200 plus, use caution. Now, I expect residual effects. We're going to have other Pokemon sets, Prismatic, the reprints, 151. I expect Destined Rivals. I expect Journey Together. I expect Surging Sparks. I expect softness in all the newer stuff. I don't expect softness in SVO 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 range because there's not really shit coming. So you don't really have price declines. You just kind of have steroid up, and then it just does nothing for a while until we have another leg up. But the newer stuff, we're going to see volatility in everything. Magic, Tarkir Dragonstorm, Aether Drift, Innistrad, the Final Fantasy. Expect all kinds of shit, you know. And I also, by the way, another thing I want to comment. For the first time in probably 6 months, all year, I had a couple patron messages. And I haven't had this since 2023 and 2024. For the first time in the last few days, I had 3 or 4 patron messages. And they did the thing that I haven't seen since the last market turn. And that was, Rudy, are you still selling your Magic play boxes for 118 and Tarkir and Aether Drift for 100 shipped? I said, well, I'm sold out of some of these. We're waiting on restocks for, you know, Tarkir. But yeah, well, Rudy, I saw this website. Someone had 117 for a play box of Outlaw's Thunder, and you're 118. Are you willing to change? Are you going to overhaul your system? You in the back. Rudy, I saw Aether Drift play boxes. They're below your $100 price. Are you trying to rip everyone off again? So for the first time ever, well, not ever, I'm sorry, for the first time since last year, all of a sudden we are seeing shifts in some of the prices in the secondary market. And now I'm starting to see some people send me the messages of beep, boop, 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 peanuts, pull the string. Why are your prices higher than the market? Are you really doing that? So that's another red flag. That's another flag for me because that tells me there is liquidation of inventory, storage raising money, and you get the more emotional, volatile individuals who are super price sensitive. We call those short-term Timmies because I know once I just reading those kind of messages, by the time I respond, usually their account will be closed or gone, and their Temu, they'll be back on Temu in a second. But I can tell, I can gauge the market based on the behavior of the public. It was similar with, like, you know, a lot of people don't understand, like, my involvement with, like, PremierCardGrading.com. Like, people, like, a lot of people who just aren't informed, aren't even aware, like, PCG, we have offices in, like, Germany, Australia, New Zealand, and yeah, I run the United States operation with employees over here in Florida. Like, there are people who just don't understand the scale and scope of some things, and they don't understand certain value. There must be crazy money in it. Well, not really, unless you get PSA Beckett levels. And on top of that, there's other intangible benefits to doing different parts of this industry. And one of those benefits I told you all is being a part of a card grading company. I get to see what people are grading and sending in. And there's value because I can tell what people are buying and what's hot and what's no longer as popular. Right now, Final Fantasy orders. People sending in PCG, Final Fantasy. I've already seen Neon Ink Chocobo cards coming into PCG. And I got to see them already for the first time in the last few days, and holy crap, they look pretty cool. And I got to see some of the surge foils, the character cards, different things, and I can see the crazy demand. Pokemon, same thing. All these Destined Rivals cards coming in for grading. Also, I've seen an uptick in Star Wars Unlimited cards coming in. All of a sudden, I've seen a big decline in people grading Lorcana cards. And I've seen a huge uptick of people grading Star Wars cards. Serialized cards, the new set, the older set, I'm going, especially using our thin slab so people can play with them in a deck. I'm seeing a lot of people slabbing with PCG using the special thin slab so they can play with the cards. So I can see the momentum in what's hot and what's not. And there's value to that because I can tell what the public's focused on. So, conclusion of the video, we're starting to get back to normal. It's been a crazy couple weeks. I knew it would be. I appreciate the patience, everybody. We've gotten the insane 5,000 plus orders shipped. Things are getting back to normal. And now we see the side effects of the card world. Now we're going to see how does the market move forward in a post-Final Fantasy release. Do all the sets go down? Does Aether Drift collapse? Does Tarkir Dragonstorm lose interest? Does Karlov continue to go back up and be demanded for? Does Outlaws and Duskmourn continue to drop? Foundation play boxes waiting for the next reprint. Right now, Bloomborough play boxes, 118 shipped to the patrons. Cheapest price in the entire country, if not the world. And guess what? Orders still coming every day. Limit 1 per box right now until I get the next pallet, because I want to make sure the pallet doesn't run out too quick. I want everybody to have a chance. And, I'm still seeing that. I'm seeing patrons still buying Aether Drift play boxes for 100, even though people are, upset with me. I'm still seeing people buy Thunder Junction, Duskmourn, and of course, Bloomborough. These $118 play boxes, they are still selling like crazy. And, that's encouraging because it doesn't make me think it's falling off as quick as some people may say. Now, moving forward, we'll be talking about Edge of Eternities pretty soon. There's a lot of fear and risk with Edge of Eternities coming behind Final Fantasy. And, of course, a lot of rumors about a very weakened power level set compared to Final Fantasy. There's a lot of chatter and concern about the Edge of Eternity situation. We'll be talking about that in the next week or two. We got to get caught up with everything first. Same thing with Pokemon, the black and white thing and all this stuff. Yeah, allocations are garbage. I don't really know how it's going to unfold. Again, when you have literally every single business in the United States wanting free Pokemon because it's free tendies, the market's going to be distorted and terrible and dumb. And that's going to continue right now with black and white. But again, I'm not really concerned about the black and white thing. I'll offer it to patrons at release in small quantities. You can buy it if you want, whatever it is at that time. We'll take the price. We'll chop off a $10, $20, $30 discount per item or per booster box or ETB, whatever it is. I don't know. And we'll sell a couple packs and that's it. Besides that, the big thing to be focused right now is the last 3 sets. Surging, Journey, and Destined in the specialty of 151 and Prismatic. Do we continue? Are they able to hold where they are in the hurricane right now of everybody liquidating to get capitalized? Personally, I'm just sitting back watching everybody right now. And I'm just kind of going, okay, let's see what happens. Same thing with Magic. Does the Final Fantasy vacuum destabilize the market? I'm not sure. So, thanks for watching, everybody. Coming up, what do we have here with patrons, everything? I'm going to run a test sale. Never done it before. But you guys know I own tons of secret layers from the past. I don't have access to new secret layers. Don't ask me for new Final Fantasy secret layers. And I don't have access to that. What I do have access to are like 10,000 secret layers from the last 5 years. And I thought, what if we do like a patron sale? Like a throwback to like buying secret layers of the original like $40 or I guess $45 with tax or whatever. And you get random secret layers from like the history of secret layer. One from like all the different years. Wouldn't that be fun? So I'm thinking about doing like a random, like getting 5 or 6 or 7 random secret layers, all from different sets from secret layer history for some sort of like $2.99 thing. I'm really thinking about playing with something and just testing it out. So, because I've got so many from these store buyouts and collection buyouts to the bear market, I'm not really sure what to do with them. I thought about just cracking 5,000 secret layers and just slapping all of them at PCG and flooding the market. Thought about that. But that's coming up. Besides that, I think we'll leave it there. That's enough. I know there's some Wall Street turbulence. I saw earlier about potential more Middle East wars, the market being destabilized, we got another dip or bear market crash. And there's some things going on the macro scale, but we're going to hold off on that. Let's give it a few more days. Thanks for watching, everybody. Patrons, thanks for the patience. Sorry for not having some content the last few days. We're just now getting caught up and back to normal. And finally, the sales schedule. We'll have time to finally run some patron sales to you guys and go back to offering some older products again, some older collector boxes again, some older fat packs again, make some variety kits, have some Pokemon sales from maybe SVO4 or SVO5 or SVO6. Maybe finally go back to doing some different sales again now that things are finally calming down. So I know we've all been waiting a few weeks at, letting everybody's wallet kind of take a breather. And it should be a lot of fun. I hope you guys stay with me. It'd be, I expect a very, very volatile second half of the year. But we're going to know. The next 2 or 3 weeks, folks, we're going to know how the rest of the year unfolds based on how the rest of June and July unfold. We'll know. 100% we're going to get a vibe for it. So that's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. As always, hope you all have a beautiful day out there. I think that's it. Sounds like some bad weather outside. Well, yeah, whatever.